Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Alejandro Kilpatrick. I'm manager of the Capacity Building Subdivision at the Climate Change Secretariat, the UNFCCC. I oversee our work on capacity building, and we're part of a division that looks at technology, development and transfer, and also climate finance. These three are the pillars that enable countries to implement climate action effectively and equitably. It is a pleasure to welcome you all to this session on connecting the dots, accessing the three pillars of climate resilience, or the UNFCCC. This event opens the first Capacity Building Academy session at COP30 and the first day of the 7th Capacity Building Hub here under the theme of Means of Implementation. Let me start by warmly thanking our partners at the United Nations University Institute for Environment and Human Security for their continued collaboration. Year after year, UNU's contribution brings fresh ideas, creative energy, and new perspectives to the Capacity Building Hub. Their innovative participatory formats help make this space a true laboratory for learning, exchange, and co-creation. As many of you know, the Capacity Building Hub has become one of the most inclusive and dynamic platforms during COP, where parties, observers, youth, academia, and implementing partners come together to explore how to strengthen enabling conditions to advance climate action. Within this hub, the Capacity Building Academy offers a deeper dive, a chance to engage more deeply, basically learning by doing, and to co-create practical solutions that can be taken home and scale beyond COP. We know that the real action doesn't happen at COP, happens after, during, and before COP. Starting the Academy with the theme of the means of implementation could not be more fitting. Finance, technology, and capacity building are not three parallel tracks. They are interconnected levers that, when aligned, can unlock real, lasting climate action. Within the Means of Implementation Division, we are working to strengthen the coherence across these three pillars, ensuring that our support as UNFCCC responds directly to country needs, especially when it comes to adaptation. This means that we seek to help countries navigate and integrate in a more effective manner finance planning, technology roadmaps, and capacity building strategies into national processes, such as the National Adaptation Plans, the NAPs, and the NDCs, the Nationally Determined Contributions. With this support, countries can turn these strategies into actionable operational frameworks for implementation. The aim of today's session is simple but crucial: to connect the dots across these three pillars, finance, technology, and capacity building, and help move forward the UNFCCC architecture into more practical, navigable, and usable approaches for everyone. Over the coming days, as the Academy continues across different themes, from energy transition and gender equality to culture, futures thinking, and nature-based solutions, you will see how this cross-pillar approach underpins everything we do. Each session of the Academy builds on the same foundation: empowering people and institutions to act, innovate, and collaborate across the full spectrum of the Paris Agreement's means of implementation. As we open the first Academy session at COP30, I invite all of you to make the most of this space. Share your insights, challenge assumptions, build new connections, reach out across disciplines, regions, and sectors. Because ultimately, our collective success depends on how effectively we connect finance, technology, and capacity building, and our ability to work together to turn them into real, resilient action on the ground is what will help move climate action forward. Then I will thank you very much, and I wish you all an engaging and inspiring session, and looking forward to the results that come out of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alejandro, for these nice and welcoming words, and also laying out the relevance of the topic of means of implementation. I am Sönke Kreft. I co-lead the Risk and Adaptation Department at United Nations University Institute for Environment and Human Security. I'm also the Executive Director of the MCII, Munich Climate Insurance Initiative, which is hosted at United Nations University. And I want to give you a bit of an overview on what we are going to do in the next hour or so. And basically the session is called Connecting the Dots, means of implementation, connecting the dots. And this is not only a catchword. If you actually connect 3 dots, then you get a triangular. And those that are working in construction, you know that a triangular shape is the most rigid form. So I think this is a very good metaphor of what we try to do. We try to connect the dots, and we try to achieve a very rigid form that helps us provide the construction for climate action at the end of the day. So these 3 parts are finance, technology, and capacity building. And as you know, these build the supporting. These are the 3 elements of support under the UNFCCC, the convention. Okay, we are going to jump this over. Thank you. Here we are. We should have done a triangle, actually, not a circle. Okay. Okay. I quickly want to give you the session objectives. So we're talking about enhancing understandings on what means of implementation actually means, and also the interlinkage to climate action, specifically climate adaptation. We want to build participants' capacity to understand also what exists in terms of support structure under the UNFCCC for these 3 pillars of implementation. We want to do a dialogue between you to facilitate peer learning and knowledge exchange, and of course also strengthen collaboration among delegates, but also the UNFCCC bodies and the UN system. So the idea on how we devised the session was to go into a World Cafe format. I think we are going to do a little change to the process. We intended to have like 3 tables, one each for the respective means of implementation, so finance, technology transfer, capacity building. We're probably going to join these into one round table, and in a workshop format we're going to unpack what's relevant. So basically we will have discussions around specific needs from your vantage point, be it a country delegation, be it organization, but then we also want to match that to some of the ongoing initiatives, ongoing support, specifically also under the UNFCCC. And we're doing this by pairing both an expert from the UNFCCC Secretariat as well as from the United Nations University to guide the discussions and also be a knowledge exchange partner for what kind of support structures do exist. We'll have these table discussion, probably join this on one table, and then we have a short report back before we conclude the session. Good. With that, I would suggest we all move, those that want to participate, to the central table in the room, and we take it from there.
camera should be in this port? Yeah. Exactly. It's like reception, right? And with your contributions.
Okay, thank you very much. So I want to quickly report back to the room and to our online audience the results of the breakout group and also close the session. Basically, we combined the discussion on the three means of implementation, finance, technology transfer, capacity building, and we worked through a framework of policy needs, resourcing needs, access needs, data information needs, M&E needs, monitoring evaluation, coordination needs, and any other needs. And we were thinking about what does it mean for the UNFCCC process, where there are also concrete offers within the UNFCCC process, but what also some of the outstanding issues are. Just to give you some views, we were, for example, talking about private sector engagement. And on private sector engagement, we identified the CTCN, that's a technology-related mechanism under the UNFCCC, to be an entry point, both as an implementer through the technology network, but also together with the GCF, the Green Climate Fund, and the private sector facility in there. Another area we were talking quite some time around AI, artificial intelligence, and what it means, and we also identified there's a specific work program under the Technology Executive Committee, and that countries could also receive some inspiration by, for example, implementing national AI strategies. We spent quite some time around carbon accounting, and both for companies, but also for countries, and the UNFCCC as a framework convention, of course, also has to provide capacity building on carbon accounting for countries, if I can put it this way, and we discussed the mechanics of the Paris Agreement around the BTRs and the facilitative and peer review process that exists. Yeah, I think these are some snapshots from the discussions. There's more, and of course we can also continue the conversation after the session. I would say thank you to all the participants, and I would close the Academy session.
revolução verde que nasceu no coração do Recife. Em meio ao cinza tão característico de um centro urbano, existe um oásis de 400 metros quadrados que há quase 10 anos vem transformando vidas. O maior telhado ecoprodutivo orgânico do Nordeste. A ONG Comunidade dos Pequenos Profetas transformou seu casarão sede em uma verdadeira oficina de esperança. Aqui, jovens em situação de vulnerabilidade social aprendem a cultivar hortaliças orgânicas e a se alimentar bem. Eles plantam futuro, sustentabilidade e levam mudas para casa em garrafas PET retiradas do rio Capibaribe. Em 2026, o telhado ecoprodutivo da Comunidade dos Pequenos Profetas completa 10 anos semeando novos horizontes. Porque aqui não se cultiva apenas plantas, cultiva-se sonho, dignidade e um futuro mais verde.
For years, we've created social impact films. We've documented challenges like human trafficking, migration, food insecurity, space security, and many more. Our videos have even reached the United Nations. But we realized that awareness alone is not enough. We are working to train young people in Benin City to make their own films, not just about problems, but also about the solutions they are creating. The vision is for those who were trained to also train others. We build capacity through peer-to-peer learning and hands-on practice. Our students film from day one. They learn on the job, they critique each other's work, and they teach what they've learned, because the best way to learn filmmaking is to make films. This is the collective action spirit that links city to nation to world. Every video is a tool. Every young person becomes a driver. This isn't just about films anymore. It's about their capacity to transform their own cities, and it's already happening.
Hello, I am Queen from Support Humanity Cameroon. In Cameroon, climate change is not just a future threat, it's a present challenge. From unpredictable weather patterns to rising food insecurity, the impact is real. We are not just sleeping, we are acting. Through the Climate Change and Innovation School Club in Swa Municipality, we are empowering secondary school students with the knowledge, skills, and confidence to lead change. Every 2 weeks, we come together to teach them soft skills such as climate advocacy and public speaking. Also, we teach them technical skills such as composting, tree planting, and regenerative school gardening. With over 3,000 trees planted and 2 regenerative gardens established, our impacts are planted in the soil, in the minds of the students, and in the heart of the community. We align not just with Cameroon's Clean and Green School initiatives, but also with SDGs 4, 13, and 15. We believe that when youth leads, communities follow. We are ensuring a resilient, inclusive, and more sustainable future. Thank you.
And I met her right